Hello everyone and welcome to our little house of horrors. This is Janice of Allkeyshop, and in this video we're gonna run down the top 10 horror games that you can play this Halloween. So settle down under the blanket, turn the lights off, and come with us on a journey filled with jump scares and supernatural creatures, zombies, and a logical horror. Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village is the sequel to Resident Evil 7 and continues the story of Ethan as he goes in search of his daughter, Rosemary. Set in a remote Eastern European village, Ethan finds himself fighting for survival against werewolf-like creatures and their 4 mutant lords. To find Rosemary, you will need to scavenge for resources, hunt for supplies, perfect your combat skills, and save what ammunition you can. Resident Evil Village maintains the franchise survival horror elements, and you'll be glad to know there are still boss fights, puzzles, and action-oriented gameplay. You can pick the game up now for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, and PC. Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a 4-player cooperative ghost hunting horror game. As a team of 4, you will investigate haunted locations using EMF readers, spirit boxes, and night vision cameras in the hope of catching paranormal activity. You're not the only ones hunting though, as the ghosts themselves will try to isolate and terrify you by moving objects, closing doors, and turning lights off. With 16 different ghost types, you will learn to track and record demons, banshees, spirits, wraiths, and revenants. There are 9 spooky locations, including an asylum, prison, and high school. If you scare easily, be warned, because the game features voice recognition, meaning the ghost can always hear your screams, yelps, and heavy breathing. And if it all gets a little too much, you can always stay behind in the team's truck and watch the action unfold on CCTV and your team's head-mounted cameras. You can buy Phasmophobia now on Android devices and PC. And for those who are brave enough, it's also available in VR. Martha is Dead.
Not her.
Martha is Dead is a dark first-person psychological thriller that takes place in 1994 Italy. As war rages between the German and Allied forces, a young woman is found murdered, leaving behind her twin sisters who must now uncover a terrible truth. Martha is Dead is a deep and terrifying narrative of loss and how the death of a loved one can profoundly impact survivors. The story plays out using marionette sequences, newspapers, telegrams, and radio communications. The game is wonderfully crafted with authentic Italian music, language, and detailed recreation of the Tuscany countryside. You can create memories by taking photographs and developing them using the fully functional in-game dark room. Martha is Dead is available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, PS4, PS5, and PC. Back for Blood. Back for Blood is a 4-player cooperative narrative-driven zombie action game from the creators of Left 4 Dead. Once human creatures called Ridden now act as host to the deadly devil worm parasite that has almost destroyed civilization. As well as your standard zombies, there are multiple special types including Org, Snitch, Wretch, Bruiser, Hawker, and even boss enemies that fill your entire screen. You play as a cleaner, one of the 8 customizable and immune survivors who now attempt to fight back against the Ridden to reclaim the world. The game employs a rogue-like card system that allows you to build custom decks to keep things fresh. Each card offers a different perk, item, weapon, or ability. If you're worried about replayability, don't you worry. Back for Blood includes multiple game difficulties, PvP modes, and a diverse enemy that will adapt to your decisions and actions to ensure a constant challenge. You zombie fans can grab the game now for Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, PS4, PS5, and PC. And it's available on Xbox Game Pass. Evil Inside. Evil Inside is a first-person psychological horror from the point of view of a teenager. With your mother murdered and your father in prison for it, you're left wandering in a dark and lonely house where nightmarish visions play out to reveal a horrifying story. Playing as Mark, you set about collecting the pieces of a spiritual board so that you can contact your dead mother and learn the truth of what happened. Evil Inside is available to purchase now for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4 and PS5, and PC. Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares is a puzzle platformer adventure game where you play as Mono, a young boy who seeks the truth behind this strange transmission broadcasting from a signal tower. Officially a prequel, you and Six, the protagonist from the first game, will navigate the dangers of Pale City in complete cooperative-based puzzles as they find a way to shut off the transmission. The enemies you encounter are sadistic versions of their former selves and were once doctors, teachers, children, and patients of the city's hospital. The game's DLC expansions add puzzles and hats, and the enhanced edition includes 4K visuals and uncapped frame rates. If you want to go big on your little horror, Little Nightmares 2 is available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 Stay Human redefines the open world zombie genre by allowing freedom of movement using parkour. Set more than 20 years after the events in Haran, you must now fight against the virus once more, this time in the city, one of the last remaining human settlements. It's not just zombies you have to look out for, as the human population can be just as dangerous when left with limited supplies and desperation. Just like the first game, Dying Light 2 features a day and night cycle, and it's at night that the truly horrifying monsters emerge from their lairs and hunt for fresh blood. The more you explore the massive city, the more paths, hidden passageways, and secrets you uncover. When it comes to combat and get creative, take advantage of your parkour skills and those powerful weapons you've crafted to turn things into your favor. Dying Light 2 Stay Human launches next year on February 4, and you can pre-order it now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is a terrifying survival horror set 15 years after the original Alien film. You play as Ripley's daughter, Amanda, who now seeks the truth behind her mother's disappearance. Throughout, you are hunted relentlessly by an alien, which will react and respond to your every move and decision. Your survival depends on your ability to adapt to desperate situations and to utilize what little tools and supplies you find along the way. You'll need to hack systems, scavenge for resources, craft items, and evade your enemies. If you want to know what happened to the Nostromo, you will need to face your fears and to discover what lies and stalks in the shadows. Alien Isolation is available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The Medium. The Medium is a psychological horror game in which you play as a medium capable of communicating with the spirit world. Your unique psychic abilities will be tested as you uncover dark secrets, investigate haunted locations, and fight against dangerous spirits. The game takes place in an abandoned communist resort where nothing is quite what it seems, and every discovery raises new questions. The Medium's true strength lies in its patented dual reality system that allows you to simultaneously play in both the real and the spirit worlds to solve puzzles and unlock new paths. If all that isn't enough, the game's soundtrack is co-created by Akira Yamaoka, who worked in Silent Hill, Blair Witch, and Layers of Fear. The Medium is a next-generation game, and you can buy it now on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is a 4 versus 1 horror game where 4 players take on the role of survivors and 1 plays the killer. As a survivor, your job is to complete 5 generators to power up the exit gate and leave. In addition, you can use items to help you such as medkits, flashlights, and toolboxes. The killer needs to murder the 4 survivors by chasing and drowning them before placing them on a sacrificial hooks. You can also mourn them if cooking is taking too long. Every killer and survivor can equip 4 perks that can instantly change the match, and every killer also comes with unique ability. There are dozens of randomized maps, hundreds of perks, and thousands of perk combinations. Licensed characters for the game include Stranger Things, Saw, Halloween, Silent Hill, and Hellraiser franchises. The game continues to be updated and featured a season pass, daily challenges, and unlockable customization options. You can join the trials now and buy the game on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And that is our top 10 horror games to play right now. Remember to leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button for more daily deals and video game news. And let us know what you think of our list and tell us what your favorite horror game is in the comment below. As always, thank you for watching and see you again. This is Janice. Bye.